Alright, here's some more information about the transmission cooler. This is how everything starts. Oil comes out of the transmission, through the heat exchanger, and then back into the transmission. Now I added this fluid control thermostat and this radiator, which means that the oil from the transmission flows through the heat exchanger. If it's still cold, then this valve in the thermostat is closed and it just gets turned around and sent back to the transmission, just like the original design. But if the oil is hotter than 180 degrees, the valve in the thermostat opens and it allows the oil to flow through the new transmission cooler, which removes a lot of the heat. So in the front here, we have the transmission cooler, which is gigantic. It's the largest one that you can fit. It's made by Hayden. It's their 405 model. It's about 10 inches wide and 16 inches tall, about 3/4 of an inch thick. And the black plastic circle piece that you see there is kind of like a zip tie that penetrates through both radiators and holds them together. There's like a piece of foam separating them. This is cool because even though in a sense it kind of blocks the normal radiator, it's so close to it that when the radiator fans kick on, it'll pull air through. So you can get good cooling even when you're going really slow on a trail. Now, there's two hoses. This is the transmission oil hose that I used, and I also bought some extra hose clamps because the kit didn't come with enough of them. And of course, there's the fluid control thermostat. This is the fluid control thermostat. You also need to buy this mounting bracket separately. One last product, but it's really important. You need to buy some more CVT oil and add that to the transmission to account for the volume that you just added with all those hoses and the transmission cooler. It's about half a quart. Now it is directional. You can see the arrows on it. The top one is the return and the bottom one is coming from the transmission. Here's the heat exchanger. I forgot to explain the heat exchanger. This little thing that looks like a can of beans helps your transmission get up to temperature faster. And it has 4 ports. 2 of them are the in and out for engine coolant, you know, hot radiator fluid. The other in and out is for transmission oil, and they're separated by a wall, but heat is able to flow in between. This middle hose is the one that goes to the fluid control thermostat to the radiator. That's where you get the hot transmission oil that goes to the input of the fluid control thermostat. And then the return one, where you should have cold oil, is going down to the transmission. That's where you put the cold oil back into the transmission. I'm wiggling it, you can see it. So that's the transmission return. And we checked this by disconnecting both ends and putting them in plastic water bottles and then turning the car on for a second to see which ones pump out. It is important that you get it right. If not, your thermostat might not work correctly. Let me know if you have any questions. Hit the like button. Thanks for watching.